SMA Watts here, and we're about to continue our Let's Play of the Blood Elf Death Knight. However, due to some technical issues, for this episode and the next, the part of Sunblight will be played by Dordrin, freshly boosted to 90, because when I recorded these on Sunblight, my memory was actually full, and they didn't record. So, these are gap fillers, so just pretend this is a Death Knight. You done great, Kia kid. Thanks to you, we have quite a bit of extra jade, and I know just someone who could use it. My friend Foreman Reiki is running the Great Statue Project with Serpent Heart. Bring a shipment of extra jade to him, and tell him his old friend Man says hello. He'll be eagerly awaiting your arrival.
Stay focused.
Yeah, like I wasn't really sure what to do after that, but I realized I needed to pre-order Warlords anyways. So we still have a Blood Elf, and we're just gonna sort of gap fill. This will actually, go a little smoother than it did when I did it the other way, because flying mount is a touch more direct. So it should be like 2 videos. This one should cover the Temple of the Jade Serpent. And then the other one will be the orchard. What is it? Nectar Breeze Orchard. Yep. Didn't realize I hadn't been keeping track of how much space I was using with these videos, and had to delete like 100 gigs of video footage. I mean, it's all already up on YouTube, but I just hadn't gotten rid of it. Alright, Foreman Reiki.
Hello.
Am I seeing this right? A whole shipment of pure, high-quality, uncut jade. Thank goodness. I knew Foreman Man would come through for us. Oh, and you too. Thanks for bringing it by. Can I trouble you for another favor? We were way behind schedule, and this jade shipment is the last we need to finish the Great Statue. I've got my hands full, so could you run this ore over to the other foreman? Historian Din, Surveyor Sawa, and Kite Master Shoku can all be found around the base of the statue. Taskmaster Imi is directing production at the top of the statue.
Jade Serpent.
Magic carpet. Is that the Kite Master? That's Kite Master, so we go the other way.
You have the eyes.
Sometimes it's good to take a step back and reflect upon our larger goals. Lovely, beautiful. If you have time, you should take a visit to the East Temple. You may gain further insight into our great statue and its importance to our way of life.
Tell me of your travels.
Jade, it's all about the jade. We need it, and that's the bottom line.
May the mists
Unbelievable. You saved my neck, Dordrin. Oh, just look at that luster.
welcome.
Need a lift? Got that jade delivery for you. It's about time we got another shipment. I've heard that we're having trouble at the mines, but we cannot wait. Straight up.
Patience. Patience.
Take a moment, look at the statue. This marvel is the culmination of 100 years of labor. Did you need jade?
Goodbye.
Wonderful, just look at it. 100 years to produce this incredible monument of the Jade Serpent. And now, you too have contributed to this masterpiece. It is quite an impressive statue. And personally, the fact that the way they have it winding around, that would be quite a feat.
Hello.
What, done already? You're quite the runner, Paladin. Have you ever thought about making a living out of this? It's sort of what I do. Temple of the Jade Statue. You've done us a huge favor, traveler. Now that we have enough jade to complete the statue, we should send word to our progress to Yulao, the Jade Serpent. When you arrive, speak to Elder Sage Wind Lee outside the entrance to the Temple of the Jade Serpent. If you wish to speed your journey, speak to the Kite Master Shoku. I'm sure he can spare an extra kite for you. That's fine.
Next one is on me.
Carpet faster. As it is more direct.
Tell me of your travel.
Welcome to the Temple of the Jade Serpent, stranger. Our doors are open to all who seek knowledge.
The world is your...
Why you walk in weapons drawn is a little curious to me. It is an impressive scene, though. And that is a door. Elder Sage Renzu. Welcome to the Temple of the Jade Serpent, traveler. We welcome all within our doors and offer knowledge freely to any who seek it. You bring news from Serpent's Spine. Listens to your tale of what occurred at the Jade Mines and at the large Jade statue. Thank you for coming all this way, stranger. However, I cannot allow you to speak to the Jade Serpent right now. The Ancient One is very busy at the moment. Psst, over here! Come over here! Since you are helpful at the mines, would you be willing to help us with the small problem here at the temple? Wise Mari has been complaining recently on the disturbances in this temple. The water sprites have gotten quite playful recently and made off with his ceremonial staff. If you could help him, I would be very grateful. I may even be able to put in a word with the Jade Serpent for you. Just follow the path north.
Slow down. Life is to be savored.
Lord Master Stonestep is in charge of the entire temple library. Lately, something has been troubling him in his work. With thousands of ancient tomes to transcribe, I can't afford him to have distracted. Would you follow the path south to the library to see what ails him?
May the red crane
So,
live
yeah, like, mischief seems to be punishable by death in Pandaria.
Where are you from?
Hey there! Yeah, squints at you. I overheard you talking to the Elder Sage. He's pretty serious, isn't he? Well, you're in luck, because I hear just about everything that happens around here. Have you seen the young serpents in the training yard? The little ones tend to be mischievous, and some of them run off to play before the training session. The mistress will get angry if she discovers they're missing. Would you go find them and bring them back to me? I don't want them to get into trouble. They like to play in the open, so look for them in the courtyard and around the spires.
See you later.
Do you like fireworks, sir? I love them. In older times, we would set them off to frighten away demons. But just like them, I just like them because they're pretty. I think there's still some old launchers lying around the temple. Would you set off some big fireworks for me? It'd make me so happy.
Where are you going?
Sure, kid. Like, obviously I've done this before since I did it, with Sunblight. So we don't get in trouble for setting off the fireworks, fortunately. But normally I would be like, this place doesn't exactly like pranks. I mean, I'm going to go kill a bunch of playful water spirits because they're being playful. Water sprites. I could probably do this mounted. Train your serpents well. Words to live by. We completed something. I'm not actually sure what quest that is. Oh, that's to go to the... That's to go to the library. Or that's in here. Yeah, the library. Moths.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Elder Sage Renzu sent you. Very well, you shall help me. Moths have infested my library. Moths. Any librarian worth his letters knows that moths are the most dangerous threat to paper, second only to bookworms. As it turns out, my assistants are a useless bunch of insect-fearing cowards. Please, you must help me get rid of the moths immediately. Work on the 1,000 Pandaren storytellers depends on you.
White Tiger, guide your steps.
The worst thing has happened to Blood Elf. We have bookworms. This is a critical situation. All bookworms in the library must be eradicated at once to prevent their spread. We must squash the problem, literally. Examine the infested books in the library, squash any bookworms you find there. So, your top two problems, threats to paper, are bookworms and moths. There's this thing, maybe you've heard of it. It's called fire. It's actually much worse. Yeah, wow. During the Zandalari Wars, just after the founding of the Pandaren Empire, a young girl named Jing was walking through the Arboreum when she heard a noise. A small cloud serpent lay there on the ground, injured and near death. With her mother's gentleness, Jing took the small creature into her arms and took her into her care. She named him Lo, and they became fast friends. This was much to the lament of the common people. Serpents, you see, were feared as monsters and wild animals, both cunning and dangerous. The townfolk shunned Jing and begged for her to get rid of Lo before it became old enough to hurt her. One day the Zandalari army had pushed as far south as the Jade Forest. Monsters from the sea, these trolls launched an attack against Pandaria. Jing answered the call to arms and defended her people on the beaches. It was one of these battles that Jing nearly perished at the hands of the troll's spear. Just as the weapon was inches from her heart, Lo came to her rescue. The serpent, only half grown, swooped in to rip the troll's limb from limb. He then gathered up the wounded Jing and flew her far from the battle to safety. When she was well enough, Jing approached the leaders of Pandarian defenses. These were great warrior monks who had defended the land from the trolls and other dangers. She tried to explain to them how the serpents could help, how Lo had saved her, and she knew how to turn the tide of battle. But her words fell on deaf ears. The monks were mired in their own wisdom, and chose to continue the defense in the way they thought fit. Jing did not give up, though. This rejection only fueled her resolve. Several days later, the Zandalari had pushed off to the coast. It was on the great bridge near Dawn Blossom that the Pandaren champions stood their ground. With their effort to hold back the trolls, they were losing. The Zandalari numbers were vast, and their bat riders fought in such a way the Pandarans had no counter for. All hope for victory was beginning to fade. And then what should appear to the eyes of the onlooker? Ji, riding atop Lo. The two friends swooped in, plucking their Zandalari from the bridge, striking down their bat riders. None could stand before the fury of these two friends. The war would take many months to win, but this was the turning point. Soon Ji was training other Pandarans how to ride as she did, on the backs of other serpents. Jing and Lo were heroes. From that day forward, the serpent became a symbol of hope to the Pandaren people, and the Order of the Cloud Serpent was founded. To this day, they protect and serve all of the Jade Forest. I thought that was worth knowing. That is sad that even with better gear than my Death Knight still blew through this way faster. Stomp the bookworms! The bookworms, they must be stomped. And it was somewhere above me. Yeah, take that, bookworms. I'll show you. Being worse than fire. Alright. I don't know why I'm not attacking it. Oh, Playful Serpent. You get in the line.
What news?
The scrolls. I must save the scrolls. Yes, yes, thank you. You've thinned the numbers out wonderfully.
Be careful.
Oh, wonderful. I am so relieved that we will manage to avert disaster. No, no, don't get too close, please. You will still have squashed bug bits on your shoes. Everything in its place. You have helped us more than you can ever imagine, Dordrin. I do not know what I would do if we lost our precious scroll, if our precious scrolls were ever to be lost. Please, return to Elder Sage Renzu and tell him the library is in order.
Stay safe.
Oh, you know, I should have that on. Yeah, we just need to get the Scryer's staff. Oh, and this dragon. Come on, I'll leave you. Teach these water sprites for being playful. Alright, I got the stick. Okay, not AoE, it's even harder. Alright. The pools are clouded. I need my staff to calm the water spirits and speak to the water. I'm but an old Jinyu, though and those pesky water sprites were impossible to catch. Thank you, Dordrin, for returning my staff to me. Little Waters, if you would like to just stop moving so quickly, perhaps I could help you. Please tell Elder Sage Renzu that I will begin my work at once. You do find it odd, Blessing of Might. I didn't realize they changed it from an attack power buff to a mastery buff, which means it weirdly doesn't increase the damage of Protection Paladins.
You are most welcome.
A new vision. Wonderful, knowing that the scryer has returned to his meditations has lifted a great burden from my shoulders.
May you find mastery in your passion.
The Warwalker Stonestep is back to work. Remarkable. You were able to do what last 4 priests I sent could not. I think my headache is beginning to disappear.
Slow down. Life is to be savored.
Someday I'm going to be a hero like you.
You found them and brought them all back. They were taking a liking to you. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Yay, I saw the fireworks all the way over here. Thank you so much, Dordrin. You came to deliver a message to the Jade Serpent, right? Tilts her head up at you inquisitively. I guess it's time you meet her.
Have fun.
Shock. I'm shocked. Shocked to find out you were the Jade Serpent all along. I heard that there's gambling going on here.
I apologize for the deception, but it was necessary. In thousands of years, we have never seen one of your kind. It was imperative that I first measure the bearing of your heart. Come ride with me, little one. There is something I wish you to see.
All right.
The temple priests are too frightened to face the truth. I grow old, little one. My time on this world is nearly done. Do you see the great statue in the distance? The builders have toiled for many years, and it is nearly complete. A little more jade, the jade you helped to acquire, and it will be finished. With my last breath, I will transfer my life essence into the statue, and a new guardian will be born. Do not be saddened. The cycle is clear. It neither begins nor ends with me. Someday, you may also be called upon to defend all that is dear to you.
It's called Tuesday.
When that day comes, seek all the light and wonder of this world and fight. We live together or we die together. All of Pandaria is connected. I grow weary. I must rest now. Goodbye, little one. I will see you soon enough.
A big cloud dragon thing.
Welcome, wanderer.
Did you deliver your message?
Keep your eyes and heart open.
I...
Spirits bless
Well-
your path.
She basically told me there was a message. I didn't even intend to double-click there. Return to General Nazgrim at Gruken Hill. Oh, before I forget, I have something that was asked to deliver to you. A letter from one of your companions, I assume. I was made to understand that your presence was urgently required. So I took the liberty of arranging your passage. Go speak to Jinsi Eroi just south of here when you are ready. She has a kite waiting. Alright, well, I'm sure that has nothing to do with the Jade Serpent we just saw. We're not actually going to do that right now. We're going to finish off the rest of the Jade Forest so that the last thing in the Jade Forest is actually the last thing we do in the Jade Forest. So the next video is going to once again be Dordrin and not Sunblight, because I already did it with Sunblight and it didn't record. And that'll be the Nectar Breeze Village. And then Sunblight will pick us back up in the Tien Monastery.